absolutely ridiculous.
Golden Guardians find CLG and they decimate them in the team fight. Namonte, I thought you were friends!
Hello and welcome to Academy Rush, presented by Verizon. I'm James Dash Patterson, your guide for every episode of Academy Rush. Welcome back to our friends returning to the Rush, and for our new viewers, here's what you need to know. Together, you and I jump through 5 Academy games expertly guided by one of our casters. First up, we're joining Riv to see Immortals going up against Cloud9 Academy for a match that could give the middling Immortals a much-needed leg up in the standings. Next, we're going to catch up with Thomas TJ James to find Counterlogic Gaming facing off against one of our first-place teams, TSM Academy. CLG is looking to make a run for one of the top spots, and today's game may just get them on their way. Afterwards, we'll be hanging out with Pastry, who's bringing us all the action between Dignitas and Evil Geniuses Academy. Then we're heading over to Alex Mad Magical Wielden to catch Golden Guardians Academy versus 100 Thieves Academy, whose new jungler Kenvi had a superstar performance yesterday in his debut match. Speaking of new recruits, our last matchup is Team Liquid Academy versus FlyQuest, cast by Steven Kangas, where Team Liquid's newest player, Rhino, provides a spark of hope for the last place team. Now, for those of you who want to catch every second of the action now or later, today's games will be played out in their entirety on the team's individual channels, so go check them out there. Those are the 5 games that we've got coming our way in the next hour. Let's jump into Golden Guardians versus 100 Thieves, where our second look at the newest jungler in the league, Kenvi, up against Hard in the jungle.
The last time I actually was here on Academy Rush, between these two squads last time, Golden Guardians Academy were able to find a 29-minute and 40-second victory over 100 Thieves Academy. It'll be very interesting to see how they're going to be able to match up now that they have Kenvi on the side of 100 Thieves Academy, having moved up from 100 Thieves next, has been dominating in the amateur scene, and just like Poom before him, has now been given his opportunity to shine here on the Academy stage. But it is going to be on one of his typical picks too, the Kindred. This is something that I love to see. You think back to when Blabber was making his waves in the Academy scene. It was on Kindred. Now Kenvi doing the same thing here. He's been playing it a lot when he was on 100 Thieves Next, and now being able to given the opportunity here on Academy, going up against Hard, another player that we've seen so many times. We've seen him for so many years. He's someone who has been a gatekeeper. Make it past him, you can make it into the LCS. Or it's a great player, but he is going to be on Olaf, something that can win out early against the Kindred. And you already see that from this invade into the jungle, where they're trying to see if they can bully around each other. Going to fight over the Raptors. It's going to go over to Hard as Kenvi taking a lot of damage. It's already the Conqueror, the flash over the wall to barely be able to survive. Fake God has made his way down here with Zion Spartan to help him out. It's going to be the face breaker to bring him back in. Get a little bit of damage, but he should be able to get out of there scot-free, as Hard might take another camp with the assistance of Zion Spartan. Poor Kenvi getting himself slapped around in the early game, the Olaf Kindred matchup. This is how it will go for a while until Kindred can scale up, get some of the stacks, and Hard playing it perfectly. This is what you expect from an experienced player like him. This means that Kenvi has to find
both Golden Guardians and 100 Thieves in solid position, but a win here will do wonders for postseason hopes as we hop on over to Immortals versus Cloud9 for our first looks.
He is all the time. So, seeing what they can do and how they can do it is going to be very, very interesting with this composition. Potluck onto his blue. He gets seen by the Hawk shot. Such an underrated ability. Probably actually isn't underrated. It's just we don't see it as much on the minimap, right? It comes out here and there. The team gains information, and a lot of times a big move is made off of that. Here we're seeing it reveal where Potluck is, so great information to know what his pathing is. He'll be stopping on Swamp, moving towards that top side scuttle. They actually think he might even be closer. Pings towards that top. They don't want to go for Krugs right now on the side of Cloud9 because Fudge is pushed in. Soaz can quickly get around to that turret, I should say. Do a bit of damage. Just missed. Palafox on the outside of the Justice Punch will lose out big on that trade, and Potluck is right there to help too. So Palafox and going even harder. Not going to be first blood, as wild cards are not that strong just yet, and you are taking on a Galio. But this is not good for Palafox. That trade, which would easily have won him the lane, he gets Justice Punch, taunt, and he's going to have follow-up with that passive Womp. Oh, right behind the turret. Halifax could be able to get out of this one. Nice flash in from Potluck. He's going to be able to get a quick Q swipe, and now Inori on the chase. I don't know if he's got the face breaker again to pull it in, and they're going to get out with just about the same amount of HP. And I think it feels bad for both of them, but I would just go with the bittersweet comment, right? You both lose your mid laner, but you both get the kill. Mid laners are like, come on, bro, what's going on? Halifax right there. Inori's going to try to come back in, activates that Q-speed, face breaker in, and now Aka's in a very bad spot. Blue card! Oh, you hate to see it. Could have got a bunch of mana back. I mean, hey, maybe you could attack more, but just not enough time. He was dead to rights.
Palafox and Inori teaming up to slam the mid lane with a regank early on. Let's head over to Team Liquid versus FlyQuest for our first look at the new support, Rhino.
Here, no early invades, no crazy ganks happening right off the bat, as we did see Fnatic hanging around the bottom half, but just as I say that, they go on to mash on the bot side, and that is going to be first blood. Picked up for Rakara. It is answered back as Greg will go down, but well done, Team Liquid. A much more aggressive look here from the squad. Rhino on the Nautilus, really setting them up for these plays. And again, it's just such a different look.
That's what you like to see, a 0-0-1 start for Rhino in the bot lane over to TSM versus CLG. TSM trying to maintain control of first place.
I want Frogger's to be on a little bit more clear-heavy champion, a little bit more aggressive champion than the Sam. As is, he's plenty aggressive. CLG's trademark focus on the early objectives will come through. Winston's in the area, Biofrost as well. And look at how low that Drake is. Still half HP, and Frogger's even lower. Thinking about half HP himself, evolved off the TP. Will be here, and there's the dive. Bill goes in, equalizer already deployed. Winston knocked down to half HP, and it's first blood. No, a second as Tuesday cleans up Winston. Wins in the back lines, did get chunked low, but Deus has chased down Biofrost in the meantime, and will complete that kill as CLG grab the Drake. This is already disastrous for TSM. Dokla, there's no way he survives, and we're off to a bang. A complete ace in the bottom lane around the Drake. CLG's first objective find goes beautifully for that. And that is par for the course. CLG always force early objectives. Most of the time, teams don't even fight them. I am astonished that TSM went for that.
CLG Academy mopping up 5 for 0 around the Drake early on, taking it straight to the top team. Over to EG Dignitas, straight into action at the top lane.
Wallow will be first blooded by Kumo. Drake, though, is the trade for Dig. Able to pick up that first infernal. They're not too bad, all things considered. But very nice dive there for EG. Did not expect Yu to get in there so swiftly with the TP, but certainly did. That's going to give Kumo a ton of plate money and control of this left side jungle as he takes away the drum.
They trade the Dragon for it, but a 1k gold advantage for EG feels good through the 6-minute mark. Let's check in again with TSM versus CLG Academy.
Here you go. Frogger's, you know, throw out my earlier criticisms. If you get him a kill and 3 assists off the bat, he's going to clear just fine. Pressure just fine. Despite the slow Drake take, they get the Drake. They get 5 kills, 4 thrown over to Frogger in terms of gold. He'll dominate here, and he's back up to the top lane. Dokla, head smashed in, will blow the flash. Oh, and he's just suplex out from behind the turret. Dokla's gone to a haymaker. Winston was in the area. Tuesday is waiting for him. This is a beautiful little gang setup. Evolved was nearby as well, and that gives Winston barely enough safety to get out. So he has to blow the flash for it.
CLG is full steam ahead, picking up another one in the top lane. Now onto the Rift Herald. It looks like disaster for TSM. FlyQuest Team Liquid, more action in the bot lane. Rhino, what you doing?
By Rhino, Ricardo's taking a big chunk, but the gameplay ultimate comes down. This is that global play we were talking about, and the engage onto Big does come true. Mash takes a huge chunk. Fnatic's in trouble too, has to flash away, and now Yasui's even roaming down. So Team Liquid, they have the man advantage, they got the tempo advantage, and they can shove this wave in easily and look to set their eyes on the Dragon next. Another well-executed engage here. It looked like FlyQuest, they wanted to start it. They thought, okay, Ricardo's caught out. He's all alone, so let's just hard engage onto them. But Fnatic was not on the same page, did not walk in with that pillar, and now the dive onto Mash. Ricaro with the lethality. Kaisa comes in and finds another kill. Yeah, Mash is just a little too far.
Kids, that's what he's doing. Put another 2 on the board for Rhino. Over to Dig versus EG. Froggen looking to get away with something in the mid lane.
Pushing walls, that taunt was nice though. As Gyu does clip Froggen, but doesn't find the Justice Punch follow-up. But again, it's all about getting out of this lane. So he's the first to push. He's going to be the first to move over to the Script Herald. And with Kumo having such a stranglehold on this top half of the map, I don't know if this is something Dig can really contest, but their bottom lane has moved first. Pretty important piece of the puzzle. Gyu going to taunt up Katie. He's going to get out of there. On, looking to get in there with the ulti. He's knocked up on a 2. The rest of Dig piling in. Face breaker there for Kumo. Arrow is going to connect. It does stun on the Trundle. But Kumo's just in there onto Lolo. Gyu is roaming around as well with the ulti. And they're trying to get out of there. Lolo dead. Matt's here now finally for EG. JJ does take out Ender, but JJ is going to die as well on the back end of the plate to Gyu as he slaps him down with a passive. Gallery going to grab the double. And that Rift Herald still available as both junglers are dead. And despite the late roam there for EG, they do get to the fight in time. Such a good job there by the 3 of EG. The whole top side buying enough time there, trading out those kills. I mean, Kumo just feels monstrously strong at this stage of the game. It's only going to get better now that he's 2-0-1. They are going to secure that Herald as well. It will be Kumo that picks it up, and I imagine he's going to drop that in his own lane in a few moments here to snowball that plate gold.
Messy fight, but EG takes it. Now 2K up just past the 10-minute mark. Let's see where C9 versus Immortals stand, cresting that 10-minute mark as well.
Bottom side just about evens up the gold. Pantheon comes back down as Gate gets the ultimate in, and this is big. This is what Immortals needed right away to act before Cloud9 could. As C9 acts late, it's gonna be all way too late. And that's 2 going down for Cloud9. Beautifully done by Immortals. They were able to find the skirmish first. I put it in favor of C9. Eaton Crow now. And Immortals
first to pull
fast.
the trigger, pick
There
up
is
2 for
no
their
doubt
troubles
that
in the bot lane, extending their advantage even further. Over to Golden Guardians versus 100 Thieves. 1-0 stands the kill score, and a dragon in favor of Golden Guardians.
Try to really quickly fix something here. Not sure if that's gonna work. Yeah, probably not gonna be able to work mid broadcast, but either way, I'll just go back in, hopefully be able to continue the cast. It is going to be it. The Mountain Dragon started up by Golden Guardians Academy. Doesn't seem like 100 Thieves are even going to be able to contest that. Everyone having already recalled. They've lost a lot of the plates in the bot lane. Couldn't even mean that if Golden Guardians Academy wanted to, they could immediately rotate and try to get that, but they do instead want to deny the stacks towards Kenvi. It's going to be a Rift Herald that is...
Kenvi had a pop-off yesterday. Today, though, still yet to find his first kill involvement. Back over to TL versus FlyQuest. All the attention to Rhino's bot lane performance.
Almost starting to prove himself and prove why he was at Worlds, as now FlyQuest almost engage on the bot side. They don't quite get onto Rhino. They know he's got sums, they know he's got ultimate available, and they cannot overcommit to that kind of play on an Aftershock Nautilus. And I also don't think that you want to make those kind of plays early anyway. You just protect the turret and try and hold off as long as you can, because this 0-2 Ezreal, probably not going to be your win condition at this point in the game. Maybe if laning phase had gone much differently, you could look to play around it. But at this point, like I was saying, it's going to be about triple. It's going to be about this Oceanic import player in Academy showing up and proving why he was able to make the Worlds last year and why he was picked up by North America this year. As Revenge getting a good trade against Jenkins, but it's answered right on back. Revenge himself having a pretty good season. Has struggled on some matchups, and this is one in particular that I haven't seen Revenge find too much success on the Wukong, but we'll see if that changes here as the play out to the mid lane. Yasui goes down to triple and Fnatic. That's what I was talking about. You have Flash available, but there's 2 CC options, 2 terrain options essentially from FlyQuest to lock you down and prevent you from getting out of that mid lane. So Yasui learning that the hard way and will go down. That's 2 kills now to triple. The win condition coming online here for FlyQuest Academy, even though they're finding themselves 2,000 gold behind across the map. They can
TL picks up the first turret of the game, but in return, their mid laner goes down. Let's take a look at Cloud9 versus Immortals as Cloud9 looks to keep pace with TSM in the standings.
Up, and that is going to be for Potluck and Ultek, so that range quite big there. I don't think that Gate actually got that pop-up. Palafox now wondering, I was going to say, you're going to walk into a jungle where you just saw the enemy disappear into. But he seems confident the team can collapse. That's what they're looking for. Still in vision as they sweep for power over Ocean Drake. Imagine Cloud9 getting Ocean Drake on this squad and just keep fighting. And it looks like it is conceded right now. There's no way for Immortals to get it. Potluck is pushed off right away, so they know where the smite is. The arrow from downtown! Just missing as Palafox goes in for that Justice Punch. Adaptive Shield knocking away that magic damage from Eka. And Soaz, he's having a field day. I actually think this Kennen is going to be a very big factor. We usually see Soaz on the tanks, being that guy that will be old reliable, starting strong. Soaz gets first tank here. Wit's End is charged up for him, so the magic damage from Silas won't hurt as much. Soaz just out of range on tank in the turret, and the team follows up with some big damage. 4-3. And it doesn't just have to be the Maokai. It doesn't just have to be the Ornn, the Mordekaiser for Soaz. Bot lane of Immortals getting out of a nice dive from Cloud9 mid lane here with the Rakan. But it's not over yet. They're channeling in, and Ori gets the Hex Flash. This is going to be a face breaker after Showstopper right under the turret. And bam comes the damage from Palafox as he soars in on the Galio. Diamond looks good on the way out. Even just out of range, too. But making sure that didn't charge up just enough to kill him. And what a bite so far.
2 for 2 across the map between these two teams. No one too much worse for the wear as we go back to Golden Guardians versus 100, where it looks like they've gotten onto the board for the first time. That is Kendi.
Hey, good dodge, flash over the wall. Going to be Sleepy Trouble Bubble connecting on Sligo. Nobody's going to be able to follow that up. Instead, it's going to be the Showstopper onto Blaze Olive. They're going to try to see if they can drag him back in. Going to be able to get the shutdown over to Fate's God. They get the route that they wanted to for Keith, but nobody can follow it up. They don't have the TP from Zion Spartan to be able to show up. It was an uneven fight despite the fact that Prismal wasn't even there. Good play coming in from 100 Thieves Academy, where the early game had been really difficult for them. They've been struggling for a while. They're finally making these calls to find someone a little bit out of position. Force a couple flashes, force a couple summoners, even get the burst damage onto a Blaze Olive on that Zoe. Just wasn't able to escape from Fake God, who rotated before Zion Spartan could even get his TP up to do anything himself. Without having Zion Spartan, the one who could engage and disengage from a good range, it meant that it was easy for them to chase down that Zoe, who just isn't fast enough to escape from set.
A kill plus a Drake for 100 Thieves, but the teams are in lockstep. Over to TSM versus CLG. TSM looking for ways to dig themselves out of this deficit.
Frost doesn't have a rapid fire card build or anything like that. Here comes the Drake, if you're curious what all this skirmish is about. CLG will be holding right alongside it as TSM prep for a possible contest. They have no vision. Fueled by a Frost Tempered Fate though, which always excites me. Now they have vision. Control Ward did just slide in. Here they come. TSM for the Drake. There's the Tempered Fate. Bard ulti, excited, but Doklo's already caught out. He's completely split. He spends his own ultimate, and it's the Showstopper right in. Fragas full commits to a team fight, has to go into stasis, so it's Tuesday to clean up the kills, and he does alongside Deus, whose Humo Plague is beautiful. The Drake's just been picked up very casually, whilst Vilefrost and Winston are hunted down through the jungle. They will both fall. Vilefrost will fall. I think Winston slipped away. Still an ongoing debate, but Wind can't seem to be bothered to chase him. And CLG at 17 minutes, CLG are at Drake Point. This will be a Mountain Soul, so not too remarkable, but certainly helpful. They have now 3 turrets across the map.
No real option to contest. They try to anyway, and it goes from bad to worse for TSM as CLG is just completely stomping our #1 team. Over to Cloud9 Immortals. This game, rather, still separated by only 2K. Action in the top.
As curtain call comes down, Tomo in a bad spot. He's going to go down with the last shot. 4. Says Altec as he makes that one look very nice. Oh, what Soaz over the wall. A little too greedy on that one, and a mad B from Diamond. I might have gone with the thumbs up on that one. But all Kennen players will know the feeling of that. it's a moment of hesitation. You're like, maybe? No? Well, now he doesn't expect it. I'm going in. And you miss on the cannon ult. Here, wow, look at him just stand around. They're waiting for him to come on his Zanyas. All of them easily able to tank that turret if they were to grab first aggro, but it's Palafox to deliver the damage that does grab the initial aggro. He gets a quick punch onto the turret, and this game just gets more
Immortals
and
find the
more
top side,
brutal.
C9 find the mid. Dignitas, Evil Geniuses, we're going to check in here. Pop over to TSM versus CLG.
He's also the most powerful member of TSM. Just Trundle, different scaling. Sense jungle clearers out clearing him at this point. Check out that 30 CS lead in the jungle over to Frogger. Deus isn't really in danger here. You might think he is, but that's just a trick of the Vladimir. A trick of the blood, as it were. His HP bar will be just fine. And Phil is back to his normal aggression. One of my favorite things to see from Phil is just how much vision he gets by literally just walking at people. Like, certainly has good warning vision score, great, whatever. But he's just Pantheon, just walking through the jungle, having a great time, seeing all the sights, carrying out the side of the go-kart with all the safari animals. Finally, they will be zoned off, but not before Vragas has himself another camp. TSM struggling to maintain any control of this game. They'll go for a play now. That's a good tempered thing. Vragas is rotating up. This will be a 2-on-3 if they go for it. And oh my lord, they are. Equalizer's already deployed. Evolved has nothing left. The Haymaker will chunk him down. There's the suplex and the kill to Vragas off the back of the showstopper. And here comes the flank. Curtain call already deployed. Tuesday will be in trouble at the very front of this fight, but he's got the backup. Phil's there. Deus sinks into the sanguine pool and scoops up the kills with the aid of Tuesday, and CLG win another fight in the top lane, again off the back of some brilliant play from Vragas. He has stepped up this game. I kind of had a
TSM keeps making stabs at it, but the hole keeps being dug deeper. Golden Guardians, 100 Thieves. Let's check back in with Kenby, how he's doing.
After burst damage, but nobody can follow it up. He's still in the back line, staying away from everyone. Not going to be able to get the root out of Kid. They're trying to see if they can get the bubble to land from Blaze Olive. It will be Fake God who absorbs it. That's not really the target that they want to grab onto. It's going to be Prismo and Kenby. If they can burst them down, that's when they win. 100 Thieves Academy, they've got the inside track to Baron, and they're making the call. Are they going to just forfeit the control of an Ocean Soul for Baron? TP in from a Blaze Olive. They're going to forfeit that completely. It's going to be the Ocean Dragon Soul for Golden Guardians with a Baron secured by 100 Thieves Academy. Not sure if that was a worthwhile trade, but they might have gotten the pick onto Blaze Olive. He does cleanse that. It's going to be Baron for Ocean Soul. Interesting trades from the two teams. It's going to be the mid-tier one that falls for 100 Thieves Academy, and there it is.
Straight up Baron take in trade for the Ocean Soul. An interesting choice out of 100 Thieves. Immortals versus Cloud9, where Immortals has the gold lead, Cloud9 has the dragons.
Go full on, Slicing Maelstrom comes out from Soaz as the attack damage comes in on a diamond. He's going to go down real quick, as that's a slice and dice from Potluck. He dives into Palafox, the big guy's going to go down, and that was it. The skirmish that Cloud9 tried to find that's much stronger as a 5v5 where they're jumping in. Now where Palafox is using the taunt, it's when he's coming in to assist. That's where Cloud9 wants to be. Immortals identifies the weakness in that fight. Great job by Soaz to pull out a bait. The pressure and positioning of Immortals sweeps the rug out from under of Cloud9. And Immortals is knowing that they can get Baron, but Inori's there. So they're going to go for pressure on the map. Fudge goes for a 2v1 that pulls in Inori as he flashes out. And now Immortals may have overstepped their boundaries without the vision that they needed. And Gate is going to go down along with Aka. It looked so good until there were no wards on the right shoulder.
Continued back and forth skirmishes between these two teams keeps this one close. Let's see how TL is handling FlyQuest.
So this is where the next team fight probably will come out, and we're seeing it happen right now. Triple, the engage from Rhino is just not enough. Team Liquid now on full retreat. FlyQuest just trying to chase him down. Rhino turns the attention onto Big. They take down the Karma with the teleport coming in, and the Gangplank ultimate. Team Liquid might turn this fight. FlyQuest have to be careful. They have no Emperor's Divide. They do have flashes, so they can disengage if they need to, but Team Liquid with more members in this area now. They picked off the support. I don't know why they're resetting. I think you push for more right now. You still have engaged potential here with Rhino finding a hook and Ricard following up. Grig can jump in with ultimate too, but they just give it up. They're resetting, looking for the dragon instead. They're not interested in this Baron pick right here. They just wanted to get a little bit more gold spent as they now run for the next objective, but because they're doing that, FlyQuest has set it up first. Look at all these FlyQuest members around this area, and Team Liquid had done no vision prep before, so they're walking in blind. Luckily, there's no death rushes from FlyQuest. They're just going for flash over by Grig, but he does not secure the steal and just dies instantly. No tanky stats built right now. Does not have the stone play. Now the rest of the team might be looking for it. Look at the poke from Yasui out to triple. And the deletion from Ricard. That's the Kaisa we're looking for. Revenge could be in trouble. He tried to dive onto the back line and pays the price for it. Team Liquid playing their comp beautifully. Yasui has Kog'Maw over the wall. Jenkins throwing out those
Fly picks up
barrels.
the dragon, but they trade 2 for it. We'll see if TL can take anything off the back of that. Heading back to Dig versus EG as the teams have resumed play from our previous pod.
I'm not going to commit to it. Definitely just going to poke with the guns he has available. And EG are going to try and work down this mid outer tower. Going to get it too by the looks of things, unless Dig can respond a little bit faster, but don't really have many good wave clear options. Even the block isn't all that good at wave clearing if she's not directly challenging the wave. Hard for her to safely clear behind the tower, so EG is going to take their 4th tower of the game. They're going to continue snowballing this gold lead up, and they seem to be pretty happy to play patiently here. Now we've got that dragon coming up. That'll put them on soul point. Feeling like they've got the Death Dance now on Kumo. Probably building up to items 2 on both Galio and Aphelios. So Kumo's going to have all the pressure he wants here. It's a very long lane for Lola to have to fight in. And he's got no help right now. I would be terrified if I was this on, and I'm on. With a Sunfire, a Bramble Vest, and a Ninja Tabi. He is insulated as best he can. Up against the old set. Barrel here in mid lane, dropped by Acadian.
Dignitas trying their best to mount the comeback here. TSM looking to do the same against CLG. Posturing around the Baron.
Spencer in his own right. They are losing split lane to Evolved, who is all the way bottom. He's going to be pushing there, but he has a TP, so don't worry too much. Baron will begin again, hopefully for real this time. Winston and Biofrost are in the area, far stronger position than the last fight, so kind of backfire. Watch Deus there nearby. Winston poking in for vision. Did just spot, will get showstopper. All the way into the front lines goes Gragas, and that should be the fight. CLG get a 5v3. Evolved off the TP is the only member of that skirmish to survive. Him and Topla were super split off. I was a little bit worried that Evolved's TP would get him killed. But he lives out his dreams. And CLG finally having taken some kills. Feel comfortable with the Baron. Can let down their guard, relax into the warm backs of the Baron again. Oh, and this synchronized 5-man recall. You don't see that every day. Normally, like, some people take a couple of steps and then hit the recall button.
27 minutes in, 9K gold lead, a Baron buff, and a Mountain Soul. CLG loving their position as we head on over to 100 Thieves, straight into action in mid lane. Kenby trying to carry.
Gonna be the ace for 100 Thieves Academy. With the ace, that should be the Baron for 100 Thieves Academy. Immediately rotating for the objective. They got Kenby up, they have Iron Turn, no smites, but it doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to be there to be able to steal it unless a miracle can happen at this rate. Seems that 100 Thieves Academy, they've got themselves the momentum. They have the late game scaling options from the beginning, from the get-go, and they're starting to pay off. with this Baron, the second one of the game. Sure, they weren't able to get themselves the Ocean Dragon Soul, but it doesn't really matter. Ooh, Kenby. So, whoa, there it is. Okay, gotta be able to survive from that one. I was a little bit worried for his sake at that moment. As everyone is going to recall, try to see if they can...
100 find a Baron of their own. Let's head back to TSM versus CLG to see how Logic Gaming is using theirs.
A very good combo out of TSM, and they'll try and make more out of it. Oh, good magical journey. Lost to Chase. Pillar slows down Tuesday. Tuesday's gone. Big trouble now for CLG. Despite everything, they may be losing this yet. Pragas will go in. It's the showstopper, followed by the curtain call, but they're not doing damage anymore. And this is going to be a free Elder to TSM. I do not believe it. After everything that CLG did to get to this point, TSM get a free kill of the Tempered Fate True Shot combo. And now, if they can get this Elder into something, if they can do something with this Elder, it can get them back into the game. The Elder by itself does not do that. As you can see, Deus is shoving down inhibitors. CLG across the map still do have control. But if they're
CLG
not
getting
careful,
caught a little there in the mid lane, but not too much worse for the wear. Still plenty of gold in their favor. Back over to Golden Guardians, 100 Thieves, some posturing around that Elder Dragon.
Not bad. Not just the Elder Dragon. They want to be able to get the Elder. They've gotten Fate God asleep. They got the poke, but it's going to be the Haymaker shield that's going to be able to keep them alive. Magic Spite still not used by Kenby. 50% on it to the Elder Dragon, and you're not going to have Sligo up until just about now. He can TP into the fight if you want to. Oh, it's going to be burst down so low. Can they get Kenby? Barely not going to be able to connect the Paddle Store. 25. Here's Lancer's fight on the wrong side of the wall for Kenby. They're going to be able to secure the Elder Dragon, and here come the executions out of the Elder, but it is going to be Fate God taking 2 with them into the grave. Make that 3 because they got down Keith. Only Zion Spartan and Chime alive. Try to kite back away from Breezy, but they got the members now for 100 Thieves Academy to now go right down bot lane with the minions to try to see if they can push in for Cade. The fight looked like it could have been good for the side of Golden Guardians Academy. They got the Elder Dragon, but they didn't feel quick enough to be able to then turn on to Prismal or Fate God. Instead, they now find themselves at Death's Door. Knock, knock, knock comes 100 Thieves. They've had a pretty good lead for a while now. They'll finally be able to crack open the turret, finally crack open the inhibitor. Chime has to run away from the fight, but it can't get back to his base. He dies in the fight. Zion Spartan underneath his own turret. It's not looking so well for him. He might be tanky, but they're dragging him away. They got the Baron minions as well. They want to be able to secure the kill onto Zion Spartan with everyone else from Golden Guardians Academy to be able to spawn back up and get the kill onto Sligo. This is looking disastrous now. Reverse for 100 Thieves Academy. They might have been able to at least burst down 1. They got 2, make it 3. They've got it. That's the fight they needed to. And 100 Thieves Academy, they fought tooth and nail here at the bitter end, but they will be able to find victory. They'll go even up against Golden Guardians, and they will find the win.
A valiant defense attempt, but 100 will take it. As we're going to head over to TL versus FlyQuest. This one, more action in the bot river.
Some of the flank Dragon's been started up. Drake's in the pit. Big looking to engage on him as this Karma. They lock him down. That's a lot of poke, but look at the Gangplank ultimate. There we go. Triple binding space with that ultimate, and they take down Rhino. The Nautilus not tanky enough. It is answered here as 2 members fall for FlyQuest. Mash and Big go down in a surprise turn of events. All the poke coming in from Team Liquid. Now they're all in the Dragon Pit. Who's able to take it down? The Dragon of the kill go over to FlyQuest. Triple takes down Jenkins, and now full retreat from Team Liquid. It's just the carries left alive. They're flashing away, but Triple says, "Where you going, Yasui?" NA talent who? Oceania's got the mid laners NA needs, and he gets the shutdown kill. 8-1-1 on the Azir, and FlyQuest turn their sights onto the Baron. Dragon Soul picked up, team fight 1, Baron in their pocket. This game is looking done and dusted for FlyQuest. They just need to walk in these Baron empowered minions and just decimate Team Liquid's base. Now Team Liquid fully on the back foot at this point in the game. That last team fight was really their last opportunity to turn the tides and prevent FlyQuest from completing their late game, mid game push.
TL Academy's fantastic start starting to slip through their own fingers as FlyQuest finds a Baron buff. TSM, though, still alive in this one against CLG.
Don't land the head smash. Frost will back away. CLG start the Elder Drag. Not entirely comfortable with this, because they know Winston's smite wasn't burned. They know it's up. Deus and the rest of CLG will just go into this. Full committing. Phil starts off the fight very far forward. That will be an equalizer in. Oh, Tempered Fate stalls things up. Petrified Gaze will come through. Bragas barely survives. Will go down. And the deep dive. In the meantime, TSM shoving through the base. They do not care about the Elder. They will end this game. And the #1 team at LCS Academy retains the title.
Dreams of a comeback somehow become a reality for TSM. Amazed by their ability to put that one together. Team Liquid, FlyQuest. Team Liquid now on the back foot.
Making this late split push for playoffs. They're tied in 8th right now at 5-8. And a win here is so important for them. They're 0-2 against Dig, who are tied with them in the standings, so they don't own that head-to-head. They're going to have to win, not necessarily win out, but at least win 2 more games. So a win here would set them up for a potential late season push for that playoff seeding. And that would be just such a great Cinderella story for this organization, for this team. The seaQuest team, as Revenge, Fnatic, Triple Mash, and Big. They have had a couple highs, but also a rocky season overall. Mash going to the LCS team, Wild Turtle coming in and playing with him instead, and then switching back. I mean, that's hard for a team to deal with roster swaps like that throughout a season, but not letting it deter them too much as they're now putting the pressure onto Team Liquid. Greg under the turret taking a lot of damage. Triple jumps in and tries to find that last tick, but can't quite do it. So Greg will survive, but Baron's still up. Nope, never mind. Baron has expired now for FlyQuest, so they will not have the Baron push, but they can still look to take this turret with this next wave. Elder Dragon spawning as well in 40 seconds, so FlyQuest, even if they don't end the game here with this push, there's just so little chance that Team Liquid can fight them at that objective. Jenkins, what are you doing? Walking way too far forward. Gets chunked out. So close to death. But that orange will keep him alive. But again, you have to flash. And the whole team had to keep you alive. So now the turret will fall down. FlyQuest will take that objective. Only 3 turrets remain on the map here for Team Liquid Academy. And FlyQuest have their eyes set on all of them. But first, they want to get this Elder Dragon. This will make their team fight pretty much unstoppable. And if Team Liquid have any way back into the game, it is an engage around this objective. We saw them win one Dragon fight earlier. Can they do it again? Greg, I don't believe he spotted over this wall. Has the Hex Flash available. Teleport coming in here. Rhino's taking so much damage, though. Has to use the Stone Plate over the wall. And will the team fight work out? Ricard jumps into the backline, but he's not able to find Triple. So much damage comes in. The Dragon secured by FlyQuest Academy. And it's just that easy. Now the cleanup here. They already took down Greg. Now they can look to chase down the rest of Team Liquid. Rhino flashes over the wall. FlyQuest follow up. Mash with the Q will take him down with the last take of the Elder Dragon. Big is in some trouble. Needs to watch out with the low health bar, but oh my god, Triple! They got families, man. 10-1-2 on the Azir, and the Oceanic player himself carries his team to victory. Only Ricard left up to defend, and FlyQuest can just walk in with this full super wave. It's an easy play now. Take out the Nexus turrets, take out the Nexus, and FlyQuest will end Team Liquid's chances of making playoffs and get another win for themselves, and they are chasing that final playoff spot.
Triple's 10 kill Azir is too much for Team Liquid to handle as FlyQuest Academy takes it. Immortals versus Cloud9. This one's still very close with a fight breaking out around the Baron pit.
Throws down the shield for himself on the barrier, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He is drawing a lot of time, but nobody can deal damage to the backline of Cloud9. Potluck's just out of range. Soaz just out of range. Slicing Maelstrom, I believe, is still up here for Soaz, but he doesn't want to use it on one member just yet. If he can get to the rest of the team, it'd be huge. What a haymaker coming in from Minori that sorts out Gate and Potluck. Oh, that would be such a nice slicing Maelstrom. It's almost like they're baiting him in. Can't take that one, though. a Frozen Mallet as well coming in for Soaz, and Cloud9 separating Immortals so well on that fight. Fudge just on the edge here, ready to get in. And Potluck is going to get almost wiped out. Flash over the wall. Diamond follows as well. And Fudge is Kennen for that fight, slicing Maelstrom.
Shut down.
There's a knock back and forth for Diamond. Winds of War on the Soaz. He's pretty tanky with his build. I am liking it, but he's definitely not delivering the damage that is an impact into the fight unless he can keep going. Get that wit's end up. And there it is. Stack it. Attack it. Shock it. And rock it. Nope. Nope. Come on. You got to time it with me. Work with me, man. Work with me. 31 on the clock. Elder, Baron, and that's usually all they roll. Used it right that time. Whoops. How close can he get? Although he's just using it for vision. He hasn't actually moved yet. No, so he's going to go over to Baron. He's just behind. Gets that Super Soaker of the GLP onto his opponent. And coming up big is Tomo with the kills as he just keeps throwing out volleys over the shoulder of his teammate. They still see, they're still chasing, they're still going. The arrow comes out. Oh, Potluck. He's just got to hate that right now. I mean, it's not even his fault. You walk into a channel, there's not much you can do at that point. Flash is down, and I feel like Tomo has a 10-second cooldown. What is this? Cloud9 is firing on all cylinders right now. Taking down middle inhibitor turret. It seems like they had their backs against the wall, but I feel like they were just biding their time here. It's 7-0 and 6 on set without seeing a Nori really go down or have trouble in these fights. It was like Immortals feeling like they were in the lead with no real fight to show them that that was the case. Soaz gonna go down there 21-11 as this one just quickly gets swept in favor of Cloud9. They will be on the last Nexus turret. The Nexus is open. Somebody's picking up some extra pocket gold if they get the last hit on that, but it looks like they're going to let the minions do most of the work. As the farming continues of both minions and KDA, Tomo, the good guy, hitting the Nexus. Cloud9 take down Immortals Academy.
Inori 8-0-8 hard carry performance to push Cloud9 Academy to 10-4. Full control of first place. Dignitas, Evil Geniuses, what do you got for us?
Probably going to have Death Cap soon as well. Ash is closing on item number 4. Death Dance is probably close to done, if not done now, for Katie going back shopping. And I guess we'll just have to see if EG can find an effective team fight. You know, they snowballed the game so well. Thought maybe Kumo was going to just split push, but he's opted for definitely a team fighting build here. He's got the Sterix now alongside the Black Cleaver and the Death Dance. There's the Death Cap for Frog and upgraded to the Death Crown thanks to On. Alien did not have enough for the Death Dance, but I don't think it's going to be all that significant as Lolo buys a cloth armor for the potential upcoming team fight because Baron is up. And Lolo is ready with the ulti. EG going to try and pillar up Asta. Good pillar. Kumo was the one looking for the flank, but he's going to get spotted. Gravitum is going to have Asta. There's the taunt in as well for Galio. Fight on two fronts here, but Gyu, he's dead. There's no follow-up damage. Asta hasn't taken a lick of damage, it feels like, from the lifesteal. And there's the knock-up on the other side. And then Asta flashing in, looking for Ander here. Froggen's going to auto leap in onto definitely misses the chain, but there's a triple kill now for the Ashe. And EG's best attempt does not hit. As Dignitas take another clean 3-0 team fight. That's back-to-back-to-back now. They have just won every single fight. And now they're going to bust through mid, look to take down this tower. Seems a little too easy, doesn't it? Alright, they're looking to take this inhib. going to get that. Lola also TPing back in. I might just look for the whole base here. Nope, I take it all back. I want to fall back to the Baron instead. The EG. Now they're the ones 4,000 gold down. They might be able to look at this Baron, but I think it's going to die before then, and Froggen and JJ playing defense. Oh, Matt barely misses getting chained there. TP in, they're going to go for it here. Giyu has to find the angle. Digger going to disengage off the Baron. Smart choice. Cadian maybe caught. Ooh, gonna get taunted. Why did he go over the wall? There's no follow-up though, so it's okay. Froggen here to counter poke here as Kumo's pretty tanky. Giyu gonna get spotted. Acadian's still the target, but now the rest of Digger coming. Acadian's awfully low though. Matt with the Shurelias. Immunes the Assault there with Black Shield. I mean, EG are actually doing a good job of keeping the enemy jungler away from the objective, but they have super minions in the mid lane, so can't play this dance for too long. Definitely just going to intercept this wave here. Looks like Sep's going to cut the other half of it. And they're going to look for this dragon perhaps. 30 seconds. Rushing down the soul. Certainly an option. Acadian hasn't reset yet, which may be an error. Imagine just farming up a bit of extra gold, but I don't think you can base now. You have to join your team, and he is going to do that. So EG are going to have a whole team to fight against if they do want to get this Drake, but they've secured vision of this area. Digger just going to push mid saying, hey, if you want the Soul Dragon, that's fine, we'll end the game. EG say, that doesn't sound like a very good trade, let's leave. And now they're just cut off in mid lane, this sucks. Alright, EG, can they find this fight here? Because if they can't, Digger is going to win this game straight up. Here's Giyu, Kumo. Lining it up, look for that Galio ulti, it's going to have to be a good one. Binding does not connect on Froggen as he distorts away, and EG kicked Dig out of their base, but now they've lost control of the dragon area. And again, it's kind of that same sinking feeling. All your hard work just got undone. As Kumo is going to be looking for this one. EG, I think, no, they have to go for it here. They're not going to get the dragon, though. They're still going to go for it. Kumo's found the flank. There's the ulti. Galio down as well. Can they find the team fight? EG! There's the ulti. It's good. They need to get the kills now. Definitely looking for the damage, but Asta goes godlike and Dig. They're just too strong. It's too late for EG. As the fight they needed comes way too late. I think it's going to be on the cards for the Penta. No, it doesn't look like it. Definitely going to go down, though. There's the Quadra that Asta was looking for. And Dignitas are going to walk down mid to end the game. 10-0-7 for this Ashe. I mean, a very significant deficit to overcome. 6 Drakes in this game and no Soul Dragon anywhere in sight as Froggen's going to flash the Mad Emote as he rushes down the Nexus with the rest of the squad. A clean 5-0 ace with Asta getting the Quadra. The Nexus there and the 2-0 weekend secured. It's Dignitas.
Asta with the quadra kill to complete the comeback on a day that was full of comebacks. Speaking of, Dignitas over Evil Geniuses there. Other notable ones, TSM over CLG, a massive comeback victory to maintain a tie for first place between them and Cloud9. Academy Cloud9, of course, picking up their win against Immortals here today. Other notable victories, 100 Thieves over Golden Guardians. Kenvi, the new hotshot in the jungle in the lineup, picking up another one on his Kindred. FlyQuest as well, picking up a little bit of a comeback victory over a Team Liquid Sport and Rhino on the roster in the support position. Team Liquid had a great early game, all focused around that bot lane. Unfortunately, it slipped through their fingers in the mid to late. But with the 5 games wrapped, we do have Pastry Time standing by for an interview with the victorious Froggen.
Thanks, Dash, and welcome to the Verizon post-game interview. I'm here with Froggen after a very successful week for Dignitas Academy. It's been 2-0 coming off the 0-2 from last week. Kind of what changed between the 2 weeks?
Not really too much change. I feel like we tried to do something last week that didn't really work out well for us in both games, and that was pretty much it. Where I guess this week it's been more, I guess you could say, more standard stuff. So it's just been, I mean, that's really the only thing that really changed in my eyes.
And then, I guess given that the standard stuff does look so good, was practice making it so that you wanted to play the stuff you played the week before? I know you're a player that likes, experimenting and playing a wide variety of champions. Like, I guess what was the onus for doing what you did last week versus saying, okay, well, I guess now we just have to play standard this week?
It is because we have had success with it in scrims, and I think a lot of it was also we had success with Senna Wukong, and other teams had success with Senna Wukong as well, where it just looked like incredibly broken, and we just wanted to play it, but then it ended up not really going that well, and we just fell far behind before we really got to play the game. So that impacted a lot of like how we wanted to go about it. Obviously, we tried it 2 games in a row, but I mean, it just came down to, okay, let's just not do it anymore, and we'll try out something else.
Yep, and certainly you were also behind in today's game, but you guys managed to come out with a very clean-looking win at the end of it all. Were you nervous at all in that mid game? Because like at some point you look at 16 minutes, 4,000 gold down, top lane looks completely doomed. Like, were you ever thinking like, man, this game sucks?
I did think it was quite an unfortunate game, because I think we should end up having a lot of pressure in the early game and then ending up doing what we actually did end up doing anyway. But I don't know, they kind of messed up a few of the fights with how they're comboing their spells. So after the mid-team fight that we won, it was kind of straightforward for us, and we definitely believed that we could win. And we just scaling mentally after the early game, so it's all good.
Yep, and a 2-0 weekend, including beating our still current #1 team in TSM Academy. How are you feeling about the future of Dig Academy? It's only 2 weeks left of play now, but it does seem like Dig Academy is due for a late surge in towards the postseason.
I mean, I feel like from our scrim results, we're doing incredibly well against every team we play. So it's just about how we can transition that onto stage and like how we work together, and I'd say it is feeling better and better. Every single week we have been playing together, and we are figuring out like some stuff. So I'm pretty optimistic about the future and the upcoming weeks for how well we can do.
No, certainly seems like if this week is any indication, things are all good for the Academy. Frog, congrats on the win, and thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, with that, we are going to throw it back to Dash, who's going to close out the day for Academy Rush.
Thank you very much, Pastry Time and Frog and Dig, with that big 2-0 week and helping out Cloud9 Academy in the process with that race for first place against TSM Academy. It almost went bad for TSM Academy today, but they mounted the comeback. And before we sign off for the day, I wanted to take a look at the full, uninterrupted ending of that turnaround by TSM versus CLG. Let's take a look.
Baron will begin again, hopefully for real this time. Winston Bioplus are in the area, far stronger position than the last fight, so a backfire. Watch Deus there nearby. Winston poking in for vision. Did just spot, will get showstoppered. All the way into the front lines goes Gragas, and that should be the fight. CLG getting 5v3, evolved up the TP, is the only member of that skirmish to survive. Him and Doppler were super split off. I was a little bit worried that Evolved's TP would get him killed. But he lives out his dreams. And CLG finally having taken some kills. Feel comfortable with the Baron. Can let down their guard, relax into the warm backs of the Baron again. Oh, and this synchronized 5-man wrinkle. You don't see that every day. Normally, like, some people take a couple of steps and then hit the recall button. That was entirely in sync. And you know what? That's the difference. Team coordination. Even as CLG are making these really, like, frustratingly iffy calls around objectives, at least there is very clearly a voice making the shot call. TSM Academy haven't looked that purposeful this entire game. You could see that weird bush thing they were doing where they had like 3 people, Winston poking in for vision. I don't know what the plan was now. Like, what are you gonna do if you do get vision of them taking Baron? Maybe you keep 1 or 2 players there to threaten, but the rest of your team should be doing something else. They couldn't have won a Baron fight in 1,000 years versus CLG at this point.
but they don't do anything else. And now they are hiding behind their turrets with the Baron buff in the hand and 20 seconds on the Elder Drake. Dunkler will be poking. Oh, good tempered fate. That is both Wind and Phil knocked down. Will eat a true shot as well. And there's Phil gone. Nicely done. A very good combo out of TSM. And they'll try and make more out of it. Oh, good magical journey. Lost to Chase. Pillar slows down Tuesday. Tuesday's gone. Big trouble now for CLG. Despite everything, they may be losing this yet. Progress will go in. It's the showstopper, followed by the curtain call, but they're not doing damage anymore. And this is going to be a free Elder to TSM. I do not believe it. After everything that CLG did to get to this point, TSM get a free kill off the Tempered Fate True Shot combo. And now, if they can get this Elder into something, if they can do something with this Elder, it can get them back into the game. The Elder by itself does not do that. As you can see, Deus is shoving down inhibitors. CLG across the map still do have control. But if they're not careful, TSM can use this Elder to force a fight. Use this Elder to get a couple of turrets. That'll pad their bank account. That will get them back into this game. That beautiful combo to find the first kill. Biofrost, Tempered Fate, and they had all the time in the world because of Tempered Fate to just be like, alright, lost, True Shot, into Evolve. They even had the Aurelia ulti as well from Dunkler. It wasn't especially necessary, but once they got the kill, CLG just turned and ran. I don't know that they would have lost if they turned and fought aggressively. Tuesday didn't spend his equalizer in that fight, unless I'm mistaken. Wind hasn't had one fight where he's just been frig casting autos in the backline. He's had a couple different fights where he's come in on the flank and done some serious damage, but I'm not seeing that front-to-back team fight because CLG never hold the front line in these team fights, and that was what I was going to dig at earlier when I was taking a bit of a slant at CLG's team fighting. Here comes Evolved facing the rest of TSM in the Murder Bush. They've only gotten one turret with that Elder, making it not worth it. I mean, better than the alternatives, but it was a junior Drake, really. And I don't think they've really changed the game state that much. What they're more at risk to have done is actually change CLG's game state. If CLG and their aggression just vanishes after this point, then TSM are back in this game. Because they are now within striking distance. If they can extend this game a couple more minutes, TSM very much can still win this. And that wasn't what I was saying a couple of minutes ago. CLG do just need to wait till the Elder's gone, force the Baron in a minute 30, win the game. But I have zero faith they'll do that. They have a somewhat slow Baron take, they don't really like forcing fights near objectives, they get very nervous and you can tell. That means that TSM aren't looking half bad. I'm all out of tea, as does happen in these 30-minute games. I have calculated in the last couple of days of casting League of Legends, and I have about 30 minutes of tea in my cup. So we're over the water, chugging the good stuff. That is premium tap water right there. CLG with the full aggression across the map. Do still have that in him down in the top lane, which will help with this Baron coming up in 47 seconds. I'm trying to work out if you heard a weird pause. TSM were pinging, going towards the bot lane, and I was trying to work out who they would send because they do have two different TPs. They have Dunkler and Evolved, both who are TP up. And they're going to keep Evolved a little bit closer, a little bit safer because he is a bigger portion of their damage. Dunkler hasn't really done much of anything in this game. This is a GA now, curiously enough. That is a Rabadon's Vladimir on Deus. I don't know when that happened, I missed it. But worth noting as well, there's no shortage of money in the CLG bank. Here we go. TP spent. CLG doing what I asked. Forcing this Baron on spawn. Here come TSM. Do CLG cancel? Maybe. They're starting to get skittish. Winston's right on the other side of this wall. If he can TP in, this gets real scary. Or flash in, rather. He does have that. Flash over the wall. Winston's too early. He'll be caught out now. Tempered Fate does completely stall at that fight, though Winston can't stay safe. He will get burned down into stasis. No HP. Baron does get stolen away. TSM grab it from the back of the fight. Tuesday will fall. That's a big pickup for TSM. CLG managed to escape with 3 players here, Wind and Phil. Right around the corner here. If Winston wants to fight this, he's so scared. He can disrupt these backs. They've got to just get somebody back, though, because the shove is coming through mid. Winston will go down. CLG can now back in safety. Or do they base race? I see the pings for it. Super minions are shoving. They'll back away. Super minions have bought them time. TSM have to retreat. That was lost from the back of the fight, stealing the Baron, by the way. It wasn't Winston with that much hyped fight. Like he flashed in way too early. Didn't even get to spend smite in that fight. The actual steal came from Lost somehow. Weaving through the midst of all that, and that's kind of a bad sign for Fraggas, frankly. CLG still looking very uncomfortable around those objective fights. Never fear, they have another opportunity to practice. CLG fans, close your eyes. Here comes the Elder Drake. CLG are now in trouble properly. The game's tied back up. TSM are in this. If CLG don't get this Elder Drake, the Baron will take its toll upon their base. They will be solidly behind. Oh, Fraggas. Don't land the head smash. Biofrost will back away. CLG start the Elder Drake. Not entirely comfortable with this. Because they know Winston's smite wasn't burned. They know it's up. Deus and the rest of CLG will just go into this. Full committing. Phil starts off the fight very far forward. That will be an equalizer in. Oh, Tempered Fate stalls things up. Petrified Gaze will come through. Fraggas barely survives. Will go down. And the deep dive. In the meantime, TSM shoving through the base. They do not care about the Elder. They will end this game. And the #1 team at LCS Academy retains the title.
Down 9k, a Mountain Soul, and a Baron buff. TSM somehow find their answer in the mid lane to CLG. That one is going to be the stuff of nightmares for CLG Academy through the remainder of the split. One of many big comebacks today, and with that, I want to pull up the standings, get a look at how our Academy teams fall here, moving through Week 7. Cloud9, TSM, they both share first place, 10-4. They also lock a playoff spot. So that's important to note. Both of those teams have made it into the postseason. Unfortunately, for Team Liquid down there at the bottom, they have been officially locked out mathematically of that postseason picture. A lot of jostling, though, left to do for the remainder of our teams, still very much alive in the race for playoffs. Don't forget, though, to stick around for Friday Night League, which gets started at 5 p.m. PST. We're starting the night with Evil Geniuses versus Immortals, where Golden Glue is giving EG a chance to rocket through our standings. Now, after that match, we'll get to check out second-place Team Liquid facing off against FlyQuest. That's going to do it for us here on Academy Rush, presented by Verizon. Don't forget to give our guest casters a follow at esportstj, at mad_magical, and of course at KingusCast. And as always, give my love to Riv and Pastry. Now for myself, the casters, and the entire Rush broadcast crew, thank you for watching. Good night. We'll see you on Friday Night League.